Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. We have a beautiful day, about 80, low humidity again, just gorgeous, yeah. Before I forget, because I just saw it flash up, I always have News 12 on, to kind of keep things, see what's up in the world.
See what's real.
Congrats to Massapequa Little League, right?
Yes, I was reading about them.
Yeah. I don't know when the game is or when they play or what's going on, but...
Really doing well.
Good for them. Represent Long Island.
Absolutely.
Well done. Good going there, and I know a lot of community.
Now, tell me about your parents.
Oh, you want to hear? Okay, well, before I get to my parents' story, because it's longer... I have an update, a little follow-up, if you will, on me sleeping in the same bed as my mother-in-law in Delaware.
Oh, dear.
So it became a little bit of the talk of the town here yesterday because my family couldn't believe I talked about it on air.
I can't believe you did it.
Yeah, see, what people don't understand is I have a different relationship with my in-laws because I lived in their house for 6 years.
I totally get it. Listen, let me tell you something. If Jackie came to me right now and said, "Can I sleep in your bed with you tonight?" I'd be, "Of course you can, honey."
Of course.
So
yes.
I understand. It's just, you're a guy, she's a girl. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Hey, please, you got to understand. You got to understand. So, and by the way, if you weren't listening yesterday, real quick, had a back issue in Delaware, tried to find the best bed for me to sleep on. When I figured out it was my in-laws' bed.
I think I'm going to play that hand next time I go somewhere to someone's house.
And my father-in-law was not there, so I took his side of the bed. And anyway, so Dana reminded me the best part of the story. In the middle of the night, my mother-in-law had to leave the room and go to the living room couch because of my snoring.
Oh, I
Yes.
suffer from that disease as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it must have been real. It must have been looking at you like,
Yeah.
"Get out of my bed.
I know.
Get out of here."
All right, to my parents,
Poor
kid.
woman. Yes,
So,
let's move on.
you very graciously asked about my parents yesterday.
Well, I
and
care about them, and I haven't heard anything recently.
Well, I tiptoed around the last medical issue just to see if they were okay with talking about it. Anyway, my parents, as many people do, went for a stress test recently. Mm-hmm. They went for a nuclear stress test, where they inject stuff into you.
Oh, I didn't know they had that.
Oh, you've never heard of that?
No.
I had one when I was a lot younger. My parents may not remember this. I had one. They hook an IV up to you. They inject this dye into you.
Ooh, I don't like that at all.
And so, first to my mother, my father's a longer story. First to my mother, because of her back, she was having trouble doing the treadmill part of the stress test. So, what they do, I don't know if you know this, if you can't do the treadmill, they inject another thing into the IV that actually speeds up the heart to replicate.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, the action of being on a treadmill.
No.
And, as she was sitting there, and my father had to yell for a nurse because he thought my mother was, having a heart attack right in
my God.
in the room, yeah.
Oh, they're not injecting me. Oh, no, I'm never doing that.
Anyway, she is good. Everything was good. So,
wow, torture.
Yeah. Now, my father, when he was younger, I forget the year, but a while back, he had a stent put in.
Many people do.
Yes. It's a common procedure, and they do it. A lot of people don't know this, and I'll get to this in a second, but they do it through the wrist. They go right through the wrist, yeah, I know. Don't even get me started. So he does the stress test, and they said, yeah, look, you probably could use another stent. So he went in a week later for the procedure. So he got a stent put in last week. Everything.
Now, was he having trouble breathing?
No.
Was he having pain?
No, that's the thing. He said, every now and again, as you get older, you feel this, you feel that. But he said nothing abnormal that he had to feel like he had to rush to the hospital. No.
How would we know? I know a friend of mine has a stent. He was having trouble breathing.
Yeah. Well, this is when you have to, go see your cardiologist.
I would, but I wouldn't just go and say, can you see if I need a stent?
Well, now, one tangent. Because of my issues the last couple weeks, tomorrow I am going to see my cardiologist. I'm going to push him to set up certain tests. So we have that. And then I set up a pulmonologist for September. So we're going to check into these things. But
back to your parents.
Yeah, my father, he gets the stent put in. Now, there's a couple of things here. The first is it's an in and out procedure, meaning like he went there at 5 or 6 in the morning and they send you home by like 5 or 6 at night.
Right, but you're not awake when they're putting that in. Please tell me no.
I hope not.
You're not. Please. You can't be awake.
No, I don't think so. I don't believe so. How could you? How could you?
I don't
really?
know.
No. I can't. There's no way. They need you to lie still. And no. Can't be. I don't know the exact answer, but it can't be. So the first, they had a little trouble stopping the bleeding in the wrist.
My God.
They have to make sure the bleeding stops before they send you home. But they figured that out. But here's the best part. And my mother had so much fun telling me this story. She's there with her peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Of course.
Because she's there in support. She's driving.
And she's there all day.
Right, she's there all day. So she pulls out for breakfast, she pulls out a half of a peanut butter and jelly. For lunch, she pulls out a half of a peanut butter and jelly. For dinner, she pulls out a half of a peanut butter and jelly.
Wow.
And she's got her thermos of coffee.
Of course.
My father, who is in for a heart procedure with, by the way, there's the recovery area, they said had 18 beds. They were all filled.
Wow.
So they come around, and these people are there all day. So they serve you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For breakfast at a heart procedure place at a hospital.
Right.
They served French toast and bacon with syrup.
Wow.
For lunch, they served pork tenderloin and ice cream.
Wow.
And for dinner was chicken marsala.
Are they trying to kill him?
And at that point, before dinner, my father couldn't eat the dinner. He thought he was going to throw up.
Oh, my goodness. You
Yeah.
know, I had an appendicitis years ago. I think it was like 1986 or something like that, right? And my mother came. I was working in radio and whatever. And, the first time I could eat real food, maybe 24 hours or so, 36 after the operation, they brought me fried fish and coleslaw. My mother said, "Are you crazy?" She went down to the cafeteria, got me something else. Are they wacky? I mean, what?
My mother says that the nurse or whoever was coming around serving dinner knows that my mother's there all day and offered her a meal. And she said to them, "Are you crazy? I'm going to have my peanut butter and jelly. What is going on at this place?"
I can't believe your mother didn't say, "Do not feed him.
Now,
I have sandwiches for him over there, bacon and French toast."
I understand. My answer to this was the same answer I have, once a year when I go to the doctor or cardiologist or whatever, and I get a clean bill of health or whatever it is. I usually will celebrate. I'll go get a gyro or something because I'm like, oh, clean bill of health. So now I'm thinking maybe these people have just been through a procedure. They actually have their arteries now opened up. Let's give them a little treat.
Let's clog them up again. Treat.
Return
See how
business.
fast they clog up again. Start with bacon.
Maybe it is for the return business. Who knows, kid?
Who knows? That's unbelievable.
So there you go. There's the medical follow-up, okay? You good? You happy?
I'm good. I'm glad everything is doing well. I'm sorry they had to torture your mother so much.
All right. And real quick, Cande, I hear Brian stirring his coffee in the background. Mm-hmm. Is he good? We haven't heard a lot from Brian recently. Is
good.
He good?
He's been very busy doing some outside work, yes.
Oh, good. Good for him. He's out. He's actually getting off the couch and doing something with his life.
Yes.
Well done. All right.
Hey!
Less than 20 minutes to your bald and the beautiful entertainment. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. Beautiful day. 80. Just low humidity and nice and Midland tonight. MLK's come join us. Grab a ticket at the door. We hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.